of this realm. We are supposed to function in this realm from another realm. We are supposed to live in this civilization from another civilization. So we are actually gatekeepers, connecting one dispensation to another. But you see the problem with us, we are not bringing the civilization that we really come from into this realm. If you read the whole Bible, you find people in packets in different generations who scratched that civilization and brought a little dimension here. For instance, we saw that Elijah decided that his own transport medium will be the medium of heaven. So while men were riding on horses, Elijah was bilocating from one place to another. Now, he had nothing against riding on horses. But when it becomes difficult to find a horse, he is not stranded. He was able to bring heaven to earth. So the wind carried him. And it was something he did consciously. Because when we study 1 Kings 18, verse 44 to 46, when he prayed and the clouds gathered, that was time for him to rush and get his own chariot. He said, go tell Ahab to rush now. Otherwise, he'll be beaten by rain. How about you? Elijah knew, I have another mechanism of transport. I can travel by horses. But if need be, there are other means of transportation that this world does not know about. Because I am not of this world. You know, when he stood before the king, he said, before God whom I stand. So the guy knew where he was living from. And if he was truly living from there, then he could deploy the mechanisms of that realm. So it was not a bluff. And the king took off and went ahead. But suddenly the Bible said, and the hand of God. So you either ride by chariot or you ride by the hand of God. So the hand of God is an instrument of transport. How come all we have are aircrafts? How come all we brag about are vehicles? You see a believer, he's carrying his shoulders. I have a Maybach, I have a G-Wagon. How about the hand of God? How about the one that is not of this world? How about the one that is of heaven? And the hand of God was upon Elijah. The Bible said he outran. You know why we are competing with the world? We are using their utensils. When you enter the elements of Zion, there will be a difference. We will know who should lead who. See, there is no point of competing with the world. We have a superior dimension. He said, and the hand of the Lord was upon Elijah. He outran the chariots of Ahab, even unto the gates of Jezreel. I pray for the day when Christianity will move from a religion to a civilization of Zion. I pray for the day when Christianity will move from rituals to the manifestation of divinity through humanity. The era of the Phaneroo of God. Oh, it's the mystery of godliness. Great, the years of mysteries, where God will manifest in the flesh. Yahweh, Rapha, Elohim, Shaddai, Jireh, Adonai, manifest yourself. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Rapha, Elohim, Shaddai, Jireh, Adonai, manifest yourself. Yahweh, Yahweh. In John chapter 2, Jesus attended the wedding like every other person. And suddenly they said the wine was out. Then men became stranded. Because earthlings either brew wine or they buy wine. Now these two options were not possible. What do you do? And Jesus turned to the one that came from, the mother turned to the one that came from heaven. I know where you came from. You look like them, you are not of them. He said, whatever he tells you to do, do it. This one is not limited. He can, even if he can't brew, even if he can't buy, he can produce it. And Jesus said, but you know this realm is regulated by moments. I'm waiting for the movements. It has not yet come. But he said that realm has dominion. Even when the movement has not happened, there is dominion in that realm. And Jesus said, fill the water pots with jar. Men call it water pot. But in the realm where we come from, whatever we call it, that is what it is. And when they filled it up, he didn't pray. He said, fetch from it. Take it to the governor. And when they took it there, what we heard was an exclamation. Others served the best wine first, but you kept the best for the last. When you come from Zion, there will always be a difference. They don't need to tell you where it came from. You will know by discernment that this one is not from here. Elohim, Shaddai, Adonai, manifest yourself. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Don't allow time master you. Don't allow space master you. Don't allow matter master you. We came here to dominate all. Many years ago, Dr. David Ogweni made a statement. He said the difference between night and day is light. So whatever he's doing, when it gets dark, he owns the light, it continues. Hey, you can't let weather master you. But there are superior dimensions because you came from another dispensation. You have to master how to function in the God realm. That's your reality. That's why no matter the pleasure you have in time, you are not satisfied. Until it comes from there, it will never appeal to you. At first you may rush and be excited, but after a while you know that the test buds of your soul, they require deeper experiences than what time can offer. Until it comes from Zion, it cannot satisfy. We have a realm. It is locked on our inside, but we must master how to release it. We must master how to ascend into that realm. Manifest yourself. Sit down. Let's do a bit of Bible studies. My spirit is being charged because these are my contemplations. Let me do a Bible study first, because if we go like this, I won't be able to teach. We will explode, and we may not be able to capture and articulate it. Quickly, let me show you the features of the realm that I speak of. The realm of your nativity, where you came from. I know you have been on earth for long, so they told you this is where you came from. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. If this is where I came from, how come nothing here satisfies me? If this is where I came from, how come the things I see are not animated from here? If this is here where I came from, how come the things that sustain me are beyond the things produced from this realm? There is something deeper. You came from a realm. You came from a dispensation. He said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, before you took on matter, I knew you. I ordained you from a realm yonder. You only took on this shape so that you can find expression here. But don't forget where you came from. You came from a dispensation. And these are the attributes of the realm you came from. Number one, that realm is an eternal realm. It's a realm that has no beginning and no end. It's a realm that its reality is not fragmented into past, present, and future. It's a realm that its reality is superior to yesterday and tomorrow. That's why God can still go back to yesterday, and God can already go to tomorrow while you are yet in today, because he's dealing with a realm that is eternal. In Isaiah 57 verse 15, the Bible said, the high and the lofty one that inhabited eternity. When he introduced himself, he said in Revelation 1:8, I am Alpha, I am Omega, I am beginning, I am end. We came from a realm that is eternal in nature. You need to understand this. That is why, although you didn't do what you needed to do yesterday, it doesn't mean tomorrow is hopeless. Nobody should walk into your life and tell you things like,